Dowry, good evening. It is just Saturday, the 3rd of November. It's about 9 o'clock in the evening, and Agatha and I are getting ready for bed, and we're quite exhausted, as I shall explain. It's the second day of our triathlon holiday, and we've had another active day. We started off in the morning with a run of the Ironman course. Now, it's a 7k loop, of which some part is on the racetrack itself, which is more or less outside close to where our apartment is. So we had the choice of doing 1, 2 or 3 laps today. So obviously I did 3 laps because I wanted to find out for the 20k race, which we'll face on the weekend, whether, you know, the 7k is an easy 7k or whatever. So I did the 3 laps, and I think Agatha did 2 laps. It turned out it's a downward hill at the beginning and an upward hill at the end, and there's a flat section in the middle. So I think it's going to be an okay course. I think probably I would do the first lap slow, second lap I will go as fast as possible, and the third lap, if I've got anything left, I will either go slow or medium. So that's the kind of game plan. In other respects, we've also had quite a busy day, not in the curriculum of the Ironman course. At 12 o'clock we managed to book ourselves in a slot at the swimming pool, and the course was about swimming turns. Now, we've never been able to do swimming turns before, so this was a half-hour session, and believe it or not, they did teach us the fundamentals of swimming turns. In other words, as you sort of swim towards the pool end, you do a tumble turn, so you do a 360-degree turn, and then you push off with your legs. Now, the guy that was doing it, the swim coach, was obviously trying to give us all the idea in 30 minutes, which is of course impossible, but he can give us the idea, the concepts of what we need to learn, and then it's up to us to go and practice. So he did that, and actually we had a swimming session later in the day, which I'll come to, and during that swim session, I did tumble turns for all the ends. So that was a good reinforcement of tumble turns, and I think both Agatha and I did get the hang of tumble turns. So we're something we wanted to know for years, we can now do just in the course of a half-hour lecture. So that was very successful. Then in the afternoon we booked a lecture with, where are we? Sally Walker. Now, I thought this might go into a bit kind of mumbo-jumbo spiritual energy kind of class, but actually it didn't quite get there. It did verge towards that a little bit. She did start talking about energy fields and how bodies have got different frequencies, but I kind of didn't want to be too negative and didn't sort of try and walk out in a huff or anything. So we listened to what she had to say, and she's got a set of lectures this week about sugar myths and nutrition. We thought, in fact, the lecture was going to be about nutrition, but it turned out to be more of a sort of sales pitch as to what she could offer for the rest of the week. And she sort of offer counselling and sort of figure out where your life direction might want to go in terms of your nutritional planning and your stress levels and so forth. So it's potentially interesting area. I'm not sure that we're going to go to any of the lectures, but if we have time to go to the sugar craving lecture, I think that might be useful. So anyway, we're up to the afternoon, and we had a swim session late in the afternoon, and I wouldn't say it was a bit of a disappointment, but I think Richard Hobson basically took it a bit easy. He made us all swim 13 100 lengths on the pretense that it was his kid's birthday, which I think it is his birthday, but again, it was quite easy for him. We all went off to do our 13 100 metres distances, and then we did some drills. I think there was another guy who was helping him doing the swim coaching, and called Richard, and he was most helpful to me and pointing out some of the things that I sort of know in retrospect, which is that to get the best speed advantage, you should be sort of pulling, like when you do the front crawl, left and right hand strokes, you should be stretching and pulling and using the muscles here rather than using the muscles here so much. So that's a bit of an obvious thing which we sort of know about, but we don't often put into practice. And also for maximum efficiency, you should keep your head straight whilst rotating the whole of the rest of your body, including your legs. So we sort of know about those things. I don't tend to do them, but when you're in the company of other swimmers who are really fast and you're not as fast, you kind of think, how are they going that fast? And the reason is they're doing all of these things right, whereas we're doing all of these things, if we know about them, wrong. So it was helpful to know what we should be doing. And again, like with the tumble turns, it's a question of practice. And I think once you get into the habit of doing these things, then they become second nature, and then of course you'll be faster. So yeah, another productive day, and we had a very good time. So thanks to everyone for making it so productive. Tomorrow's Sunday, and I think we're going to cycle the entire course, the Ironman course. So that'll be interesting. But I think we're going to try and get an early night because, well, we need to get our energy cells recuperated. So good night from Marcus and good night from Agatha. We're signing off on our second night, Saturday, 3rd of November.